Hey all my flower peeps, this is Savannah here with Edenssavvycreations, and today I wanted to introduce my new template, Angelica. So I created this on my Christmas break, and I wanted to shoot a video. So Monday I was asking everybody to send me, what kind of flowers or what they wanted to see me make, and I had a lot of requests for peonies. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But I was working with this template, trying to figure out what I could do or how it would look. And this is what I came up with. So I will leave, or on my Instagram really, I have a picture showing what my inspiration peony was. And this is the look that I got from that type, because there's many different types. So this is what I created. This is what the flower looks like. Isn't it cute? I really like how it came out. So today that's what we're going to be creating. Now I only used these last two of the templates. I didn't use all of them. I just used the smaller and the one above that. So let's get started and create our peony. Okay, so I've got everything cut out already, as you can see, and I just wanted to show y'all, what is what. So of the smallest one, I have 12 of them cut out of the smaller ones, and I didn't do these just to show y'all. These last four that are here, last two, I didn't cut in as far as I did with the rest of them, because these are going to be the outer centers, if that makes any sense, and these ones are going to go right in the middle with the center. So I wanted these to stand up a lot more like so than to lay back like these ones do. But pretty much all I did was I crinkled the paper, just folded it different ways. But when you do this though, you need to be careful and don't get too rough, because you don't want to end up tearing the paper. I did a few like that, but no specific way. Just have it crinkled, fold it up all different ways, and then bring it together pretty closely. You can do two at a time. I've done two at a time, but if you want like a really messed up crinkled look, then doing just one by itself is best. And like I said, just be careful of how rough you're getting. And I kind of want it to come forward, like to close in this way. So just work the petals that way. So that's that. And just make sure that you leave those last four out, so that way you remember those are gonna go in last with the center. So for the rest of the flower, I use the next size above the smaller one, and I have 3 layers of 6. So that's 18 of these petals, and also they're cut in pretty far. They're cut in pretty deep because I want it to kind of lay a little flatter. But I just left these out so I can show you the folding again. Ow, sorry, I've got glue all over my hands. So I'm doing 2 at a time of messing it up. Now this look completely happened by accident. I was getting frustrated at what I wanted, and I wasn't getting the look I was looking for, and so I messed up one of the leaves. I just was gonna trash it, and then when I saw how it looked, I was like, hey, that's kind of interesting, let's put this together, and I got that look. So whenever you glue it, don't bring it too far this way, Just kind of keep it close right here so that way it lays down. And this one I did kind of opposite of what I mostly do with the base and stuff. I didn't even use a base. I just glued them on each other. So I took my first 6 and decided to just glue it on itself. Now you can put these as close as you want, as far out as you want. I made it kind of close. I bring it pretty close in because I want the flower to really be tight, come in together. So it still kind of opens this way, so that way the last one you can just slide it in there instead of laying it on top. It just flows better when you're able to do like that. So no, this flower is not perfect by no means. And I think that's what I like the best about it, is there's not really like a perfect formation to it. And it's just really cute. So I put the glue at the bottom of that one, stuck it in there, and then you just want to put some more glue on the back of the one in front of it, so that way it all sticks together. And it makes like a bowl. So from here, this is pretty much your base. I'm not gonna glue on the rest of these just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my little ones first. I'm gonna glue these. I didn't put a lot of glue on this first one because you might end up having to pick it up just a little bit to stuff, you know, the last one in it. But that's completely up to you if you want to do that or not. You don't have to go underneath it. I just prefer that look. But it's totally up to you guys, whatever y'all like. So these, you're just doing the same thing that you did with the base. Gluing them on each other. See how I got it going? It's on top of that last one. I didn't have enough room to put it underneath that, and that's completely fine. So from here, you can just keep adding them in like a spiral kind of thing. And as you're going through, you can just kind of crinkle it up some more, kind of bring these into some. So these are the last ones to be on the top. Sorry, I gotta sneeze, y'all. So that first set, you guys, of this was 6 of the little ones. There was 6 petals, and this one, there are 5. These are the ones that I cut just a little bit inside, so that way they'd sit up like this. A lot of times these flowers like this is just all trial and error, and they never look the same way, you know, because it's not meant to be a uniform flower. So sometimes you use more petals, sometimes you use less. I like to try to give y'all you know, an exact number, but honestly sometimes it just isn't like that. You might need more, you might need less. It all just depends on how you feel about the look of how it's starting to look and come out. So here's that last one. So you could totally add a few more in if you want, but I'm gonna stop there. I have my centers already cut out, and this is just one 8.5 by 11 sheet. I folded it in half. I cut that down the middle, and I made 2 centers out of that one because I didn't want a very tall one. I didn't want one sticking out. It needs to be kind of hidden inside. So now what I did is I turned it around and I started adding the rest of these at the bottom. I put it at the end, not way up here, and then just kind of find a random spot and stick it on the flower. You can kind of pull it out a little too, so that way these aren't like right up against these petals. It kind of starts to open a little more, and then you just pretty much go around and try to keep every other petal or every petal, you know, in sync with how far out this one is. So you can pick it up and check it out, make sure that it's all staying the same. There's no right or wrong way to get this done. Sorry, I kind of have a little cold. So I'm going to pick up this one, the first petal, just a little bit, so that way I can stick this one underneath that. That's why I don't apply a lot. So now that you've got it on there, you just, you know, put a little more glue, put it back down. I got glue all over my fingers. So there's that first layer. See how it's just starting to like bloom out some more? So the next layer, we're gonna do the same exact thing, but probably pull it back just a little more so that way, you know, it starts to open up more. And again, you can do it all the way on or just do half on one side. That way you're not tearing it up too much, but it doesn't matter. It's the bottom. We're gonna put something over it anyways, so. And just like I said, be mindful of how far out or how far in you're putting the petal. You want to just make sure that it's all staying in sync, or that it's glued down really. My bad. One fits right under there. Just turn around, push it all down. See, it just kind of opens up. So now the center, like I said, it's all cut already. I didn't use like a ruler or anything. They're all different shape, all different sizes. It doesn't matter. I did though get it as far down here as I could because I didn't want the stem to be very tall. I wanted these to be longer. So I think there's like, it's like an inch down, half an inch. It's like probably half an inch from the bottom. I'm just gonna roll it. I don't start off gluing them, but I like to get it right in the middle, then keep rolling and then get it at the end again. Ow. Try not to put a whole bunch whenever you do that, because whenever you turn it, it squishes it, and if you have a whole bunch on there, it'll start coming out the bottom and then burn yourself and make a mess, and it's just everywhere. Just kind of clean up. So from here, you just want to spread it out just a little bit. Looks like a little mushroom. It's just going to go right there. Make sure that you have plenty of glue for the center so it does not move, does not go anywhere. Yeah, you just fluff it out more and bring these more in. If you want the center more hidden, you could totally add like another 4 of the smaller petal, like another 4 right in here to just enclose it more to where it's just like peeking out. But I liked it like this. I felt like that was enough. Now for the back, I want to show y'all a trick. I did this video on my Instagram the other day of how I make circles using paper clips. I just opened the paper clips. So for your backing right here, because I always like to cover this, I never like to leave it exposed, and I always add my hanger, like a piece of wire, piece of tulle with my backing on the back. So I don't have any wire today, but I'm just going to show you, you know, how you can make a backing to cover that. So you're going to take your paper clip, and I like to just make sure wherever I'm putting it in the paper that it's not going to, it's going to be a perfect circle. So grab something, you know, that you can hold the bottom with, and then your pencil, obviously. You need to, see, I cut it kind of close right there. But try to keep it as still as you can. Oh, okay, messed it up a little bit, but you get the gist of it. So when it makes your circle, you're just gonna, y'all, I really hate cutting out circles because even though they're perfect on the paper, I never really get them perfectly cut out, and it's frustrating sometimes. But there's your circle. And now usually, no, I don't have a wire, but we'll just use this paper clip as a wire. How about that? But this is usually what I would do if I was making my backing. I would what do you call it? I would bend my wire like this, and then I just kind of twist it at the bottom, so that way it closes and opens a little bit. Then I get a little piece of extra paper and I glue the wire to the backing. Make sure that there's enough glue there for it. And with this extra piece that I just cut out, I cover that right there, just to make sure that it's extra secure. So it looks like that. And of course I put too much glue, so you gotta push it up just a little bit. But that's what it looks like. I mean, obviously this isn't perfect, but I usually use, what is it, floral wire. I think it's 22 gauge. It's like the really thin one. That's what I usually use. Or twine, if you have any extra twine around, I mean, that works as well. But you want to remember that you need to keep your circle kind of small, because if you do it like way too big, put too much, whenever you go to hang the flower, it like falls down almost. It looks like it's falling. It's secure, but you just want to make sure, you know, that it's pushed right up against the wall. So make it a small circle. And basically you're just going to put your glue there, lay it down, and there's your base. Everything's covered up. It looks neat, looks professional, looks nice. You've got your wire on it already, and I mean, people like that. I like how it looks a lot better. So took me a little bit to figure that out, y'all, when I first started. But every flower that I make, I always put a backing on it. I always have my wire, whether they request it or not. You never know how somebody's going to hang them up, so it's best to just be safe than sorry and always have it. Unless they're just little filler flowers, I don't put nothing on those because they're filler flowers, so you can put like tape, or they don't weigh as much. But here is my version of a peony. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, y'all. If not, please correct me. I will leave information at the bottom for the paper that I used, my template. I'll also put my email in there for you guys. If you want to order this template, I will have it in stock already. I have it going, hard copies of it for you guys. I don't have it in PDF just yet. I will send that off to my person and get that for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. Subscribe, follow me, and happy creating, everybody.